Hey, good morning, you guys. This is Josh with Homesteading Family, and I got a problem. It is 20 degrees outside, and if you can see the thermometer there behind me, this is inside my greenhouse where all of our starts are for our main crop, all our tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, tomatillos, cabbages, broccolis. All of our starts are in here, and in the greenhouse it is 25 degrees, and that could wipe out our whole crop for the year, and or we'd have to buy we'd have to buy starts because this is our main crop. And what do you do? 25 degrees. It's definitely frozen here in the greenhouse. Even looking at all my my lettuces, my cool season lettuces and mustards, and they're really unhappy. And I don't know if any of this is going to make it, but I've got a trick that we've done a few times, and we're going to give it a shot and see if we can save these guys, but I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to get to it here, and I'll show you what we do, and then we'll have to give it an hour or two and see if we can save all this crop. I sure hope so. This represents a lot of hard work and literally thousands and thousands of dollars of food for our family. Okay, so this is going to seem completely counterintuitive, but this is a spray bottle of water, and this might just save the day. Yes, a spray bottle of water. So check this out. If you have a freeze and your plants freeze before the sun hits them, okay, it's gotta be before the sun hits them. And honestly, I don't know why. But now look at, see that little tomato right there? That one's bad. That one probably won't make it. It really got hit hard. Thankfully, these guys are up off the ground. There's another one looking bad. We'll see. Thankfully, these guys were up off the ground, so they're not as bad as all our greens, which isn't as big of a problem. We can reseed all the greens there, but this is all our main crop. And I gotta switch hands. Those are all tomatoes. They do not like this at all. There's a couple back there, and they'll look, sometimes when they're frozen before the sunlight hit them, they'll look just fine. You'll think, oh, they're okay, no problem. But as soon as they thaw, it's because they're frozen in place, and as soon as they thaw, if you haven't done this, then they just wilt. And we've lost, you know, I've never lost in the greenhouse, but I've never started in the greenhouse. Usually we're starting inside. See, my cucumbers have a little issue. That's actually from, they got stressed heat. You know, this is tough up here in North Idaho. We're starting these guys in the greenhouse. Usually we've started them in the house, but we don't have space. And so we're out here, and one morning it's 25 degrees, and then it's 60 degrees outside and 120 in the greenhouse. Yeah, and so we've just got a lot of temperature fluctuation, and we really have to watch it. And I've got some heat lamps in here that I've been turning on at night because it's been getting into the 20s. Not this cold. We didn't expect this. It was 20 degrees at the house. And it's been getting cold. And so these temperature swings makes it really, really challenging. You got to stay on it. Yeah, here's a couple of broccolis that aren't too happy. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Nasturtiums, got a few nasturtiums going. A few of Carolyn's herbs. We'll see how they do. But anyways, I'm not sure if I finished what I was saying. These guys will look fine when they're frozen, you know. If they're really bad, like those couple tomatoes, you'll really see it, but sometimes you won't, and they'll look just fine. And but then as soon as it thaws, they're dead. So the water, I don't know what it does. Maybe it helps lower the gently lower the temperature. I honestly don't know. But we have had this work multiple times. Okay, we're gonna go over here. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, these guys are rough. They're not in good shape. Not happy. This is down on the ground where it's the coldest. And they just aren't liking it. If you can see some of the dark green, some of the curl from the freeze. So now, probably wondering why I'm not using a hose. I did know that it might freeze, and so I did actually drain a hose. Well, attempted to drain it, and wasn't careful enough. Sunday afternoon, taking it a little easy, and drained the hose, unplugged it so that if this happened, I could just use the mister on the hose wand, and that got a pocket in it, and had a curl in it I didn't see in the hose, so it froze solid. And there's just no way I'm going to get it thawed in time because the sun is up, and it'll be hitting the greenhouse in the next 10-15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish. I got this whole bed to do here by, by hand with a squirt bottle, but I mean, there is literally several weeks worth of fresh greens for us in here. So I'm going to get to it with the hand squirter, and we'll come back. I'll come back in a while once the sun's up and it's warmed up, and we'll know. We'll know right off the bat, and I'll show you whether what made it and what didn't. Check it out. All these tomatoes made it through 25-degree weather or lower. I lost 4. And, you know, who knows why. They were certainly on the edges, and those 4 couldn't take it. But everything else, I'm sure would have died. Tomatoes don't take, you know, hardly below 30 at all, and sometimes not even 30, especially these little guys. So they all made it. And the peppers, of course, they're the slowest to come up, but they're doing okay. Cucumbers, got a couple cucumbers with issues, but they had those already. They got a little overwatered. And all the cabbages, all doing okay. And these guys, these lettuces, there's mustard in here, and bok choy, and no spinach right here, but spinach down the bed a little bit. And these guys would have died. They were bad. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed that tip. That one has saved us a few times. And you can do this, and where we've applied it usually is out in the garden when, you know, we've either stretched the season and tried to get the tomatoes out early and the corn up early, or, you know, sometimes you just get a late frost. And it works every time with about 95% of the plants. Some weak ones don't make it, but it usually works. So most of you are probably past your frost worries, but if you're anywhere in the north, you got at least till Mother's Day, if not June. And even here in the north, we can always get a surprise after that. So this little trick with watering them works and can save your whole garden. And hey, I don't know how it works. I don't know why. I've got my theories, but if any of you out there knew this or have seen this and you know the science behind it as to why it works, that would be really cool. What I know is that you've got to get the water on before the sun hits. It doesn't have anything to do with temperature, but as soon as the sun hit those leaves, if you haven't gotten water on them, they're not going to make it. But just that little bit of water will save most of them. So if any of you know the science behind this and want to share it with us all, that would be really cool too. Yeah, that's it for today, and see you soon in the next garden tour. Bye.